Hello, friends. Last year, I got a job at Microsoft, which was one of the most fulfilling experiences of my life. It has been a dream company for me for so long. Joining that company was like a dream come true. They had amazing culture, amazing people, very brilliant folks, and I learned a lot of things. I was pretty happy over there. And all of a sudden, on July 10th, I got invited to this meeting from some senior guy in the upper management, and that person mentioned that. Unfortunately, our role has been terminated and we have been basically impacted by the layoffs. So that was quite shocking moment for us. That happened on last month. Since then, I feel like I have recovered from that shock, and now I have learned a lot of things. I have gone through the entire experience of how does it feels, how your self confidence gets shattered. You started doing self doubts. There are all of these anxieties that come in. How to take care of them, how to get out of them, and then in the end how to find like what is best for you and go to that next step in your career. So all of that journey has been filled with lot of emotions and lots of ups and downs, and I'm going to explain you that what I have been through and what are the things I have learned and what are the things you should do if you find yourself in that kind of situation. The moment I heard the news that I have been part of the layoffs and I have been let go of my position, the first thought that popped in my head was, am I not good enough, or why me? Why it all happened to me? Because if I talk about my situation, last year I was blessed with twin daughters. They are beautiful, they are amazing. But at the same time, because they are twins, there is a lot of work that needs to be done. And my wife, she already took 1 year off as a maternity, thanks to Canadian government. But on top of that, we decided that she is going to take 1 more year off just so that we can raise babies better. And on top of that, I also have aging parents who live in India, and I had to basically take care of them as well. So I'm not saying I'm doing something great. This is part of my duties that I should do. But all in all, there were a lot of people dependent on me, and the main source of income was Microsoft at that time. So the moment I heard the news, number one, self-doubt prevailed a lot. My self-confidence was pretty down. My self-esteem was down. I was continuously doubting myself, and at the same time, all of these thoughts about that how the money is going to come in, how we are going to sustain. I have a house in Canada, which means I have to worry about mortgage payments. I have to worry about monthly expenses, baby food, baby milk, like a lot of things, right? So the immediately, for the first like few hours or at least few days, the only thing in my head was that when the money is coming from, and am I good enough to get another job or get us another something as good as what I had at Microsoft. So these two things, the moment it happened, and then somebody told me that, hey, take some time off, at least maybe 1 day or 2 days, spend some time with your family, take a deep breath, go maybe watch a movie, relax your mind. That person told me that it's not you, it's the circumstances, economy, whatever, things beyond your control, and you can't do much about it. But take some time off, take the rest, and be like freshen up. Basically just leave that doubt from your head that you are not good enough or why this happened or what happened. Understand that this is the situation, that you have the experience of working in companies like this, and now you need to start looking for the next job. So the first piece of advice I would like to give you is, take some time off, spend some time with your family, go freshen up your mind, do whatever you like, go to break rooms, go to axe throwing, go to like bowling, whatever pleases your mind, do that. And also don't worry about it, things will get better. Now my second piece of advice would be that the moment you realize that you have been let go, thoroughly understand that what are the options given to you, because of course no company is going to left you dry. They are at least going to give you some sort of severance, some transition period in between. Maybe you might have access to the company system for at least like 1 day or 1 week. So leverage those things. At the same time, reach out to the HR, understand that what are the severance package options, what are the remaining bonuses you have, how it is going to pay it out, what is going to be the payment schedule, how you are going to get the money once you have been laid off and you no longer have the access to the system. What are the ways to connect with the company? If you have any further questions, clarify these things while you still can, because you only have limited number of period of time in between. By the time you learn that you have been let go, and then you have to basically give up your all of your accesses, and then these things become quite tricky if you want to get all of these answers. Now Third piece of advice is very closely related with the finances, but this time I'm talking about your own internal finances. Understand that now your main source of income might not be there till you find the next gig, and you have to be very clear in your mind that okay, this is the current situation, so you have to learn and you have to deal with it. What are the things I would suggest you to do is check how much savings you have, check how much disposable income you have. Also calculate that what is the monthly income that you typically spend. Now I know some people who got severance packages where they were paid like maybe 1 year worth of salary or like 8 months worth of salary, and who have a lot of money saved in their bank accounts. I'm not worried about those people, because those people, they already have great experience, and also they have a lot of money to basically spare and dispose, so they can land on their feet, they can take care of themselves. I'm talking about someone who basically runs on month to month basis, or who only has money saved up for like at least just few months. Before that, that person would needs to like start looking for next income. So always check that how much finances you have, and based on the finances, see that what is the monthly expense, how much money you need to have every month in order to float by. At the same time, I would advise that if you are in the situation where you only have limited amount of money, please postpone all of your unnecessary expenses. So unnecessary expenses, like if you have a Disney trip planned, maybe go to like some local amusement park. I'm not saying that live off all your like luxuries, but at least cut down on some of the major expenses but till the time you get the next job. So keep your finances in order. That would be the next thing I would suggest. The moment I talk about finances, it brings us to our fourth benefit, in which you need to make sure that what are the remaining company benefits you have. Speaking about myself, like I still had some benefits left with Microsoft that I hadn't consumed, like maybe some vacation days, some other like perks, some other benefits. So I was told by some other coworkers, they're like, by the time till you have access, make sure that you go ahead and do all of these things. Now, one really good thing about Microsoft is that they promote heavily on their certifications. So the moment I learned that I have been let go, I basically reached out to one of my previous colleagues who has also been let go, and try to understand from his experience. And that colleague mentioned to me that make sure to book like at least 1 or 2 certifications, that is going to help you in the long run. And also we can book it like sometimes past in the future, and do it while you still have the access. So hadn't I not known, I wouldn't have done that. But at least right now I'm booked for like a couple of certifications, and I'm going to at least learn a new skill. And who knows, tomorrow I might be back at Microsoft or some other company. That skill is always going to be with me. So make sure to use all the company benefits that has already been provided to you. One important thing to realize about company benefits is that you always wants to make sure that how your healthcare or how your health support is going to come in. Because most of the time, the companies who provide all of this information, they typically have your health coverage covered or your life insurance covered. The moment you have been in the layoff situation, there would be some time in between. So learn that how many months or how many like weeks you have in between till your coverage is still on. And make sure that by the time your coverage ends, you at least make some arrangements for that next life insurance. Because if I'm speaking about myself, I have like my wife as dependent, my kids as dependent. I don't want to jeopardize their health just for monetary reason, because I did not have sufficient life insurance or those policies. So I already made adjustments to have those accommodated before my coverage expires. And one more thing you need to make sure is to return everything that company has provided to you. I'm talking about like keyboard, mouse, laptop, badges, cards, keys, whatever you have. Make sure to return every single thing back to the company. You don't want to risk your number one, image being tarnished. Number two, your any issues with your severance, and check with the HR to confirm that whether they received everything or not. Okay, now so far we have talked about that how to behave in the company and how to behave with yourself. Now let's get started to the meat of the business, that how you want to start looking for that next job. Okay, so first thing I would suggest you is make sure to have a rough timeline in mind. What I mean by rough timeline is that let's say I have enough money saved up for next 4 months. my target would be that at least in the next 3 months I need to find a job. And you might need to brush up on your interview skills. I would say that you make the timeline, and according to that timeline you proactively start looking for and start working for that job. So what does that include? Of course, number one, brushing up your resume. Make sure your resume aligns with what you know, what is needed currently in the market. Do some research. Of course, right now we have a lot of AI tools, so you can use all of those AI tools to your advantage. That's going to be huge. Number two, make sure to get up to date on LinkedIn, and also if possible get a LinkedIn premium subscription. Like honestly, LinkedIn premium subscription is quite helpful if you are looking for a job. Like I personally find it a lot of helpful, but I was getting discounts from Microsoft because being a Microsoft employee. But I can understand that it's not favorable for everyone to get that subscription, but make sure if you have that option, maybe you can also do that. After doing that, I would highly suggest you to not, without any delay, reach out to all of your social circles, friends, your professional culture. Maybe write a meaningful post on LinkedIn stating that you have been let go. Please don't keep this information private to yourself, and don't worry about people judging you or people looking down on you. It's not gonna happen. Trust me. The moment people will learn that you have been let go, or you are in a situation where you are looking for the next thing and this happened, you will always find people in your circle or in your friends who are always coming forward with the intention to help you, and they would genuinely help you. Like I know a lot of friends and a lot of family who I rarely speak with on a day-to-day basis, but the moment I posted it on LinkedIn, they all messaged me. They all came back to me. They said that, hey, let us know if you need any help. Or someone said that, hey, I know this friend who is looking to hire, and I know you have been recently in this situation. Let me connect you to. Hey, I know that, speak to this friend of mine, speak to this person, apply to my company, let me give you a referral. So these are all the things that would happen to you and you won't even realize. And this is just like your friends and family coming for you and backing you up. So please don't be in the self-doubt, or don't feel like that people are going to look down on you, or people are going to think that, hey, he was maybe not good enough and that's why he got laid off, things like that. Some people might be like that, but don't worry about it. There are only very few who are like that. Most of the people, they are genuinely concerned and they want to help you. And I would also go one step further and go by saying that go ahead and go to Blind. Blind is a wonderful place where every anonymous user who works for a specific company can come together. What I personally did was that I put a post on Blind saying that, hey, this is my current situation. I have like lot of people depend on me. Recently I got laid off from Microsoft. I'm looking for a job in US or Canada, and these are the positions I'm looking for, whatnot. That post got like 25 30 replies, with lot of people saying that, hey, okay, personal message me and I will refer you to my company. And they all did, like a lot of them, and they did to really good companies. So companies like JP Morgan Chase, Google, Facebook, like ByteDance. So all of these companies, I got referrals from those employees. So of course, you never know when the next thing is going to hit, but make sure to reach out to more and more people, because currently right now you are in the situation where you are looking for a job, and you don't want to leave anything to the chances. Make sure to reach out to all the people. Again, I recommend going to the Blind and LinkedIn. These two would be your best friends for the next few weeks or next few months. Okay, now comes to the advice number 7. For this advice, I want to tell you that how you should be preparing for the interviews. Probably you must be planning for a few weeks. You have some idea in mind. You already have a story in place. And always make sure that whenever in your interview, they are always going to ask you that why are you looking for this job, or what is the reason for change. Just be honest and tell them that, hey, recently the previous employer I used to work at, they decided to lay off these many people, and I was unfortunately one of those who got laid off. So now that's why I'm looking for the next position. Honestly, no one is going to think that you got laid off because you are not a good performer. They are always going to be like, okay, let's see if we can get you in because you already have experience working in this company and in this environment. And believe me, if you could have already been a working individual, because then only you would have laid off, right? So if you could have been a working individual, if you can get a job one time, for sure, there are other companies out there who would be more than happy to hire you in their company. So don't lose that self confidence and self hope, because things will turn up. And don't consider any opportunity too small or anything that is beneath you. Always, at least if some recruiter is reaching out to you, speak with them. If some manager is reaching out to you, speak with them. Now, the ninth piece of advice I would like to give you is that don't be afraid of rejections. I told you that after giving interviews, I was not up to the mark in my interviewing skills. Maybe the job was not right. Maybe some other candidate was better than me. I don't know what happened. I got rejected. I got rejected like multiple places. But is it going to stop me from applying to other places? Well, of course not. If I do that, then essentially I wouldn't have any job. So why would I care if some company is rejecting me? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I won't work on that position. Maybe there is some other position. Maybe there is some other position in the same company. Who knows? Who knows what the future lies, or who knows where I'm going to end up? So at least keep all of your doors open. Don't worry about it. Now, so far, let's say that you believe that you are going to get the job. At least awesome. If not, make sure that in the timely manner, if the country you are currently living at, if they have any social welfare system in place. So I live in Canada. Currently we have employment insurance. So if we go out of job, or if we are being terminated, we have the option from the government that we get like some chunk or some portion of money from the government. So at least I'm eligible to apply for that. Now in the end, I just want to say that this would be like very shocking, very tumultuous experience at the first, but things will ease out. Eventually you will get over it, and you are not defined by your job or your work. You're defined by who you are, the person you are, the friends you have, or the family that admires you, cherishes you. So don't worry if you are in that situation. Like, I was personally associating myself so much with my job, that the moment I realized that I have been let go, I felt like I have been in a breakup, and then like my girlfriend or my spouse, they are leaving me, and what am I going to do? And it was that kind of a feeling. And honestly, right now, if I look back, I was like, okay, it was just a business transaction. Things didn't work out. That's fine. Maybe, who knows? Tomorrow, if they are hiring, they might hire me back, or I might apply to them. I'm okay with that. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to find the next best thing you're looking for. And something beautiful will always come out of this tough situation. Because imagine, like, you now don't have anywhere down to go. So the only possibility is that the only trajectory you will have is it would be upwards. Plus you will have the experience to have suffered a setback and risen back again. That makes you a better person, like a stronger person with like better attitude. So carry that attitude with you, like a badge. Like, it's like going into the battle and earning those scars. So this would be like the scar earning moment for you. And don't be afraid. Like, I was afraid at the beginning, but going through that experience, I can say that there is nothing to be afraid of. Things will turn out better. And I hope my advice becomes helpful to you.